Hello, everyone. My name is Ana Martha Ayala, and I'd like to welcome you to my YouTube channel. As a reminder, I do every video in English and Spanish, and the degree theory is based on modern Western astrology using the Placidus house system. So in today's video, I wanted to talk to you about November's astrological aspects. November is going to prove to be a difficult month, especially for the United States. Now, I think everybody knows here in the US that the presidential elections will take place on November 5th. However, we are not going to know the results probably till like maybe the full moon in Taurus around the 15th of the month. So stay tuned for all the events that are going to happen. But November is going to be a month to contend with. Now, there are some nice aspects, right? But there are some that are, cautionary. The November starts with, on the 1st, with a new moon in Scorpio at 9 degrees. Now, there is a very nice water triangle, like a golden water triangle, right? Mercury's in Scorpio, Neptune in Pisces, and Mars in Cancer. And Pluto is trining Uranus, and Uranus is sextiling Mars. So this is getting things done super fast. Pluto sextiling Mercury, you may get some news from a very powerful person that happens suddenly. Pluto trine Uranus. So this new moon is pretty good. It's nice. It's in Scorpio, but it's good. Now, November 2nd, we have Mercury trining Mars, and Mercury is in Scorpio, and Mars is in Cancer and this takes place, it's trine at 29 degrees. So using both of these together is great for concentration. And the ability to work on details, because you also have Mercury sextiling Pluto in Capricorn at 29 degrees. So Mercury finance is also indicated here. Mercury sextiling Pluto, use your intuition, like your intuition, especially in Scorpio, will be on point. Now, on November 2nd, Mercury does enter Sagittarius. November 3rd, we have Mars opposing Pluto. Now, there's going to be a few of these Mars opposition to Pluto, so that's where the tension comes in, right? But this time it's in Cancer because Mars is in Cancer opposing Pluto in Capricorn. So this is a very forceful energy. There could be physical altercations. It's great for exercising. I must say, you'll have a lot of energy. So if you want to do that to diffuse the energy, because there can be confrontations. So instead of telling somebody off, go and exercise. Run a couple of laps around the block or something like that. Now, on the 3rd, you have Venus in opposition to Jupiter. Venus is in Sag, and Jupiter is in Gemini at 20 degrees. So have fun, but don't spend too much, don't eat too much. Like basically don't overindulge. And then on the 3rd, Mars enters Leo. On November 4th, the Sun is trining Saturn retrograde. So the Sun is in Scorpio, Saturn is retrograde in Pisces, and it happens at 13 degrees. Excellent day to create something lasting, a relationship, a business relationship. It's a great day to sign a contract. It's a great day to do anything that you want it to last a long time. Saturn. Now, November 9th, Venus squares Neptune retrograde. And Venus is in Sagittarius. Neptune is in Pisces at 27 degrees. So this brings a realistic view of your person of interest. If you have your eye on somebody, you're going to see them for who they really are because Venus is going to square Neptune. Remember, Neptune doesn't let you see the person the way that they really are. Neptune is a mask. It's fog. It's stuff that you can't see, right? So this aspect is gonna, a square to Neptune, you get to see the real person. That's basically what it is. So on November 11th, Venus enters Capricorn. So here we go. Venus is going to be in realistic Capricorn. November 12th, Mercury squares Saturn retrograde. So Mercury is in Sag, Saturn's in Pisces, 13 degrees. When Mercury squared something, especially Saturn, don't sign any papers. A lease, a contract, and no verbal agreements either, because that in and of itself, just because it's not in writing, but it's an agreement to do something. So the 12th is not a good day to sign. Now, November 15th is a full moon in Taurus at 24 degrees, the degree of Pisces. And here we go. Uranus is going to be conjunct Algol. So it will be a very difficult full moon. I do plan to do a separate video on this full moon because, relationships that are rocky will not survive. And any relationship that ends on a full moon, usually there's no going back. Eclipses are a definite no. Full moons are like 98% that it's not, you guys won't get back together. And then, of course, Saturn goes direct at 12 degrees of Pisces on November 15th. On November 16th, the Sun opposes Uranus retrograde. So the Sun is in Scorpio and is going to oppose Uranus in Taurus at 25 degrees. The full moon's effects continue even they can affect the financial markets big time. So this full moon, like I said, is going to be intense. So yeah, it continues, especially because it's in the Scorpio-Taurus axis, which is the financial axis. November 18th, you have Mercury in opposition to Jupiter retrograde. So Mercury is in Sag and Jupiter is in Gemini at 19 degrees. So opportunities may come up. But I wouldn't sign any papers or any verbal agreements either because Mercury is in opposition to Jupiter retrograde. It's not, Mercury has to be in very good aspects, which means a trine or a sextile. I would prefer the trine overall to do anything mercurial. Now, on the 18th, we continue with the Sun that's trining Neptune retrograde. So the Sun is in Scorpio, and Neptune is in Pisces at 27 degrees. So you can be very compassionate about if a bad situation comes up, you will be that person to, tell somebody, hey, listen, it's okay, it happens to everybody, etc. November 19th, Pluto re-enters Aquarius to stay there for the next 20 years until January of 2044. So Capricorn, you could say goodbye. For those N degrees of Capricorn, you're still going to feel a little bit of the effects this year, until 2025, right? Because it's going to retrograde back to Aquarius at 1 degree. But for the most part, Capricorns, you're off the hook. Aquarius, your lives are going to start to change big time, especially the first 3 to 4 degrees for now, and then 2025. But it'll be good for the beginning because you're going to have Uranus trining in Gemini. So for those early degrees, Pluto moving into Aquarius will be It will be nice. Now, on the 21st, the sun enters Sagittarius. So happy birthday, Sagittarius. On November 25th, Mercury goes retrograde in Sag at 23 degrees until December 15th, which it goes direct in Sag at 6 degrees. So obviously, when Mercury is retrograde, major purchases should not be made, especially if they're electronic, like a computer, a phone, a car, any appliances, anything that um, has electronics, and also anything that's valuable that you're going to spend a lot of money. Usually, what happens is that people buy it, and then after when Mercury goes direct, they change their mind or they're not happy with the product and they end up returning it if possible. So make sure that if you do get something that, the return, what is it? The return period is valid after December 15th. Now, on November 27th, the sun trines Mars. So the sun is in Sag and Mars is in Leo at 6 degrees. So this brings a lot of energy, enthusiasm, confidence, charm. This is a very positive day, especially for fire signs, because it's Sag and Leo. So Aries, this is a triangle, right? Aries, Sag, and Leo. This should be a very good day for fire signs. On November 30th, we have the new moon in Sagittarius at 9 degrees. There's a trine with Mercury in Scorpio, Mars in Cancer, and Neptune in Pisces. So, and then you have Neptune sextiling Pluto, so you can mesh this new moon in with following your intuition. So this could also mean when you have Neptune in aspects to Pluto that the other side is trying to give us messages. So pay attention to the signs, to the dreams. Now, Mars is opposing Pluto, so there can be violence because it's exact. Mars is at 29 degrees. And Pluto is also going to be at 29 degrees or 0 degree of Aquarius. I'm sorry, it's going to be at 0 degree of Aquarius. So we aren't in the clear yet. All right. Saturn is trine this new moon. So it will remind you of your responsibilities, among other things, right? So anyway, this concludes the video for November. Keep in mind that November, like I said, will be a very difficult month. A lot of it is writing, especially for the United States. And, if it touches the United States, it basically touches the world, fortunately or unfortunately. So anyway, thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. And if you want a consultation with me on your natal chart, please send me an email to amaastrology@aol.com. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.